Hello. Now, some of you guys have requested for more reading practice, so here we are. Today, we're going to practice using this reading passage, Sorry, Who Are You? And it's from actual paper and computer-based test in 2025. And the skill we will practice is to deal with true, false, not given, and fill in the blank. Now you know the drill. First, let's read the first paragraph and try to answer any question here. Please pause the video. Now let's do it together. For number one, we have the keyword is before college. She cooks with capable of recognizing people. However, take a look at the last part here. They said he had had the same trouble all his life, which means he had always cannot, right? Had trouble mean cannot recognize people. And so the answer for number one should be false. Now for number two, the keyword should be researchers. Maybe prosopagnosia may be a growing problem. So growing problem means the problem is increasing and affecting more people. Now I don't see any keywords of number two in the first paragraph, which means we will have to keep reading. And please pause the video, read this part, and try to answer number 2 to number 7. You can answer all of this from this part. I read it. So now don't read all at once. Read one paragraph, try to answer something. Next, try to answer one by one, okay? Okay. Now, let's find the answer together. For number 2, I think this is a quite difficult question because some of you guys may say that this is true, but that is not. And you would say that, oh, I saw here, they said that in May, they have a study and there are 2% of people have faced blindness. And then in August, another study and they have 2.5% and the number increasing, so it must be true. But no, this is not the case. These are two separate research and they have different sample pool. Furthermore, there is no part that they say prosopagnosia affecting more people. They don't say it's affecting more people. They don't say it's a growing problem. So for number 2, it actually must be not even. Okay, this is the only difficult one. For number 3, let's see what keyword is there for number 3. Harder to identify developmental prognosia in babies than in young children. So we did see developmental prosopagnosia here, right? And they do say about it may be people may have it from birth and early in life. However, there's no part talk about identify the in and comparing how to find it in babies and young children. So again, this one is another not given sentence. Now for number 4. Keyword for number 4 is German team. Support the Harvard. Support should be the keyword, right? And German study. Support the Harvard and UCL finding. You can see those keywords here. Harvard and Germany here. So they both carry the same study, and the result is similar. So it means it support each other. So this one is true. Number 5. Number 5, they said that prosopagnostics are aware. Aware means knows that other people can recognize faces more easily. Other people recognize easily than they can. So where do we see this part? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Prosopagnostics almost always know that they have trouble recognizing people, but they often don't realize that other people have better recognition skill than they do. So for number 5, they said that prosopagnostics know that other people recognize faces easier than them. However, in the reading, they said that prosopagnostics often don't realize. So this one is false. Number 6. In most cases, these keyword like most, only, majority are the words that we should notice when we find keyword. Most cases, prosopagnostics have developed way to deal with their problem. You can see it in the first sentence right here. The majority of developmental prosopagnostics possess strategies, mean they have way to allow them to get around the difficulty to deal with their problems. So this is true. Number 7, the study may help neuroscientists to treat different kinds of brain injury. Right here, you can see the answer right here. They believe could help solve the problem of how the brain deal with information in general. In other words, it may show whether the brain's blah, blah, blah. So this part suggests, right? It suggests that when they study prosopagnosia, it will help to deal with other brain problem. So this one is true. Okay, I hope that you got the majority of that correct. Now let's move on to fill in the blank. Fill in the blank is one part that I find easiest to get point. So please pay extra attention to this question. Now the process is similar. Just read one paragraph and try to find the answer for it. Let's see the first one. Let's buy keyword together first. Differences in prosopagnosis as well as being unable to recognize visual feature, also have problem recognizing commonly seen objects on someone's face. Okay, so now we have to find if they mention when prosopagnosis have difficulty recognizing what. So let's read this paragraph and try to answer number 8 and 9 if you can, and then start the video and answer together. Okay, have you find it? Now for number 8, we see while others have trouble with ordinary everyday objects. So ordinary means commonly seen, right? Object is object. So what we need here is everyday. Now for number 9, the something on someone's faces. You can see this part here. This is more difficult. When someone has been tested, they could identify. So the emotion on another's face. While for other subject, this was an impossibility. Means some people can recognize emotion on someone's face, while some cannot, right? Some cannot recognize the emotion on someone's face. So for number 9, the answer would be emotion. This is a little bit more difficult. Some can recognize, got it, attractive. So attractive. Okay, now let's move on. Let's move on and try to answer number 10 to 13 by yourself. Please pause the video, read this part, and try to answer number 10 to 13. Okay. Now for number 10, keyword is just one. And Martina Grutter. They are talking about the cost, right? The cost of prosopagnosia. And we can see the name right here. Now we need to find one. They have good evidence that a single gene could be responsible for the condition. So a single means just only one, and the answer would be gene. For number 2, a defect. Defect means something wrong in the blah 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 eye. So we have I is a noun, so we're looking for an adjective here. Reduction. Reduction here. Now can you see eye? The eye's lens is not clear, and when it's the left one, is a major risk factor for prosopagnosia. So Iceland is not clear, and when it's the left one, mean the left eye, a defect in the left eye. Okay. Now, number 12, keyword treatment for prosopagnosia. Joseph Degutis successfully trained to recognize faces inside the. So this person said that he was trained to recognize faces in the and in the outside world. The outside world is a place, right? So we know that for number 12, we're looking for a place too, inside there. And it's a noun talking about place. Joseph training test given. Right. So we see that he's trained to, and he can recognize faces during tests carried out in the laboratory. So laboratory would be the answer. If you don't know this word, please learn it because it will be repeated very often in reading and listening. Number 13, Thomas Rutter. Doubts. Okay. Doubts means question, right? You don't believe something. Train will work and mention that by some subject can affect research result. Now, we have the keyword here. Thomas Grutter doubts that train will work and mention that blah, blah, blah by some subject. And we can guess the type of word we're looking for here because something done by someone. It means that here it would be a noun or a gerund, a verb in. The only two types of word that can be in number 13. Okay, you can see here, he said that cheating is a possibility during tests and provide an example. So the answer we're looking for here is cheating because that's the only word that can fit into this, and also when we look at the meaning, right? He said that she memorized the something, and he said you can perform well in the test, not do so well in the real life, mean that the result from the lab is not reliable. So for number 13, it should be cheating. Okay, I think we've done with the reading. Please practice more and try to learn as many vocabulary as you can to prepare for your upcoming test. Goodbye.